Hi there, back with another motorcycle video for the YouTube channel. Today we're going to be comparing the Shoei Qwest helmet to its replacement, the Shoei RF-SR. So let's start with the exterior. You can see the profiles themselves are relatively similar. They are for more of an upright riding position, more neutral riding position. If you're going to be hunched down, they do a little bit more buffeting than I would say like a Shoei RF-1100 or RF-1200. My motorcycle is a Triumph Tiger 800, which is again more neutral, more upright, and these helmets work really great for me. So the profiles again look very similar. The fronts, they too look similar. The profile in the other direction you can see looks similar, and even the little airfoil on the back here. It's more pronounced on the Shoei RF-SR versus the Shoei Qwest. They still have a little bit of an airfoil there. You do get rear vents with the Shoei Qwest, which is kind of nice. With the Shoei RF-SR, they are not closable. It is an exhaust vent only. Looking at the front of the helmets, again, similar in shape and size. The Shoei Qwest has one air vent up front, which opens and closes. With the Shoei RF-SR, you get two. And these are a little bit more difficult to operate when you're on the motorcycle with one hand. The vent on the front for the Qwest is just your standard chin vent there. And this one, very similar, different mechanism that they're using this time. Again, it's a little harder to operate because it's just this little bitty tab versus you have this entire unit. So we've talked about the vents, let's talk about airflow. Airflow for these two helmets couldn't be any different. This has minimal airflow. It's good at highway speeds. If you're around town, it does get kind of warm. The RF-SR has fantastic airflow at speeds and around the city. I can open up these vents, and if I'm cruising around the city just at 35, 40 miles an hour, then if I turn my head just sideways, it will actually push air in, and it cools you off really, really well. I was very impressed. Now that does come with a trade-off. So with more airflow means more noise inside the helmet. The Shoei Qwest is quieter, in my opinion, than the RF-SR. So looking at the visors for the RF-SR is actually really nice. It comes with the pin lock system and a pin lock insert. So make sure you check your box at the time of checking out or when you get it delivered to your house, and make sure you have both the pin lock visor and the pin lock insert. As you can see, I did upgrade to the pin lock visor on my Shoei Qwest. So pin lock system, if you haven't invested in it already, highly recommend it. Another different thing about the visors are the Shoei RF-SR is just a standard up and down. Very simple operation, nothing too crazy. The Qwest, on the other hand, you actually have a couple different options. You can see this little knob on this side. This will actually allow you to lock and gently bump out the visor so that it creates a little bit more airflow. It is a bit noisier, and depending on how your head's positioned, you may hear a little bit of a whistle, but you don't get this functionality on the RF-SR. So if you're looking for a lockable visor, the Shoei RF-SR is not the one. It does not have a lockable visor. The Shoei Qwest does. Pricing on these. Pricing is you're going to be around the $400 price range depending on the colorways. The Shoei Qwest, it's being phased out, so I imagine those prices are going to start to drop if they haven't already. This comes in standard colors. You've got tons of colorways on this. Now that we've reviewed the exterior of the helmet, let's take a look at the inside, starting with the RF-SR. Let's take a look at the inside of the RF-SR. Your cheek pads are removable, which is very nice, especially if you want to install a Bluetooth communicator. Standard 2 D-ring loop operation here. It's pretty standard on most motorcycles. Nice felt padding. You've got good padding in the back here as well. Nice thing about the padding system in the RF-SR is that it's fully removable. So this entire liner is fully removable. You can wash it. So if it starts to get a little funky, no big deal there. You do have a little bit of an opening here to help with airflow in the summer months. It does come with 2 skirts So if you want to block a little bit more of the airflow in the winter months so it doesn't make your neck too cold or your chin too cold, you can put a skirt here which blocks a lot of that wind coming in. So pretty standard, nothing too crazy here. Let's take a look at the Shoei Qwest. Pretty standard stuff. You've got, again, 2 D-ring operation for your loop, and it snaps into place. You've got a nice snap there. This too has nice, comfortable microfiber felt type padding. Your cheek pads are removable for this one. However, the internal pad down in here, this pad here, is not removable. So the only one that you can wash are your cheek pads. So if those get funky, yep, you're able to wash those. Good amount of padding back here. You do get DOT and Snell approved on both of these helmets. A pretty standard helmet, nothing too crazy. The major differences are between the Shoei Qwest and the Shoei RF-SR is going to be the removable inside liner. Cheek pads are the same. They are removable, but the Shoei Qwest, the internal one, is not. The Shoei RF-SR is. There are no emergency colorways to show where to pull the cheek pads in case of emergencies. The Shoei Qwest does not have that. Just a high-level overview of the major differences between these 2 helmets. Solid colorways, multiple colorways. Loads of airflow, nominal airflow. Comes with pinlock visor and pinlock insert. Does not. You need to buy that separately with the Shoei Qwest. Cheek pads and internal pad are all removable. The Shoei Qwest, only the cheek pads are removable. You've got a couple different airflow options. A little bit harder to operate, easier to operate. That's the overview. I'll place links in the description below so you can see the more technical specs on each helmet at the manufacturer's website. Again, if you have any questions, shoot them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.